cover four. So, as you can see, we're using little buttons. Tackle, guard, center, guard, tackle, tight end, receiver, running back, quarterback, D-tackle, defensive end, middle linebacker, strong side, outside backer, weak side, outside backer, cornerback, free safety, strong safety, cornerback. Alright? Deep third, or a deep fourth, middle zone, or left zone, and then right zone. So as you can see, the weaknesses are in the middle, between the safety and the corner, and over here in the flats. Those are the weaknesses in the zone. Alright. So the team we're running cover four, I would just I'd come out probably in doubles. Because this is a passing situation, so I'd come out probably just this formation, and I would probably run this guy off, and then run that. I'd do that easy all day. And then let's say that these linebackers start jumping the flat. Let's say this guy started to jump the flat. Then I would run the option routes. I would start running a zig route. I'll tell him to go here and then run back in. Run his zig route. Because then this guy would come down. What'll happen is if he starts playing the hard flat, he'll jump down. But then guess what? This guy will run the route and then go back in on him. And then this guy will be chasing. But the thing is, this guy will have to sit right there, because if he keeps running, he'll run into the middle linebacker. So in the zone, you want to sit right here, catch the ball, and then go upfield. That's how you want to do that. Oh yeah, that's definitely how you want to do that. All right, so we have that. Another thing you can do in cover four. Let's see, what would I do in cover four? You send one streak off, so that would send the corner off. And then another thing you can do, let's do trips. Let's do trips right. Trips right, and then in cover four, you could run streak, right? Run them off. And then you could run a curl, and then you could run corner. The corner will either be wide open or the curl. You can motion this guy in and then run a backside post, or run a drag just to flood the zone. So that's one thing you can do. What else can you do in cover four? It's all about manipulating the zones. So let's say we want to go and let's try to manipulate this safety. What do you think we would want to do here? Streak always, because that'll make him have to help. And then what else you can do here? You can run a little fade, and then tell this tight end to widen just a few feet. Outside release. Post. Skinny post though. Skinny post. And then this guy, you still would want a motion. And then I'll tell you what he's gonna do. You'd run a skinny post to the goal post, and then this guy has to make a decision. He's gonna have to midline him. Hopefully you have a good quarterback. Because then what you do here, you motion in, and then you run a streak. Or you can do this. That route, because then that will take this guy away. He'll think post, and then he'll see that guy cut back out, and then he'll go there, and then this corner will help out. So that's how that will play out. Most teams would play it like that all day. That would mess up a lot of zones. I don't think zone is really the way to go against a good quarterback. You don't want to play zone. Honestly, against a good quarterback, there's nothing you can do. Honestly, because a good quarterback knows what defense you're in, no matter what. There's really nothing you can do. All right. What else could we run in cover four? Oh, you know another formation a lot of teams are doing now? A lot of teams are doing quads. So you bring the tight end, and then now you have four guys. Quads would actually mess cover four up. You couldn't even cover this. So then I would just tell this tight end, run a dig, and then just sit there. That would occupy these two guys. This guy, 15 yard, right there. Honestly, this is probably going to be the one that's open. And then you can tell this guy to run a streak, because that will occupy both guys. And then this guy right here, boom. So what you have, 5 yard hitch, that could be wide open, honestly. The quarterback can throw that right away. This is going to take the corner out of there. The corner is going to be gone. The safety is going to be gone. This will be, honestly, could be wide open behind the linebackers. But honestly, you would probably want to turn that way on the hook. And then this dig right here is just, honestly, just to occupy linebackers. This linebacker's going to be in a bind. He's going to run over here and just not know what to do, really. If he takes this, say he does take that curl, then this dig is going to be wide open. The dig is going to be reading him. So if the dig sees he takes there, the dig's going to stay right there. If the dig sees that he takes him over, then this guy will be wide open. This guy is just a decoy. And then this guy is... So this is the option, and this is the option on a play like this. So that's how that will go. What else could we do against cover four? Cover four? If a team comes out in cover four, you could even... Actually, hold on, let's talk about routes. Let's talk more routes, actually. What else could you do in cover four? We could... Hold on, I'm trying to just think about how I would try to manipulate. Oh yeah, we could flood zones on this. Tell him to come in a little bit more. Have him run a deep cross. But he's going to have to read the linebackers. This guy is going to be reading these guys. He's going to be reading this linebacker, and this safety, and that safety. So this guy has a lot to be reading. And then this guy, you can run a short crosser right there. So that's going to occupy a lot of linebackers. These linebackers are going to be occupied. But I would motion this guy in a little so he's like right there, and then run that. And then right here, I would run a little post corner. And then run this guy off. So think about what's going to happen here. This linebacker is going to be in a bind because he's going to see this tight end release and then go in a little. So he's going to turn his head probably and then realize he's going to go back out. Then he's going to either jump that, and guess what? That's going to leave the drag wide open in front of him for a huge gain. Or he's going to see the drag coming and just decide to take the drag. Boom. And this is going to be wide open behind him. So literally this is open, this will be open. Or say this guy takes either one of those. Guess what? There's going to be a deep crosser. But it's going to be a deep, shallow cross. He's going to be in front of the safeties, but behind the linebackers. So literally, you're going to have a lot of options. And this receiver's just a runoff. But really, that will mess up that coverage pretty badly. What else could we do? What else could we do? Let's see. You know what? Another thing we can do? 15 yard in. But we can call that a dig, right? And then right here we run 10 yard out. Boom. Okay. And then we can run, let's think about this. And then this one, deep, but not as deep, and then run it right here on different levels though. And then right here. That will mess up the zone a lot. But this is an option. We'll leave that as an option. He's going to have to read the linebackers. He's either going to sit on a curl, depending, or he's just going to run his in and just read. And the quarterback, literally, what's going to happen is when all these guys start running these in routes, the linebacker's going to have to make a choice. He's going to have to decide if he's going to take this, and then if he's going to wait there. But guess what, though? This receiver is going to have to read this linebacker in this. Because if this linebacker is all the way here, he's going to just also have an option route. It's going to either be a hitch right there, or he's going to run it depending on what he does. Because if he goes and helps out, the middle will be open. But if he goes right there, he's basically going to have to sit right there, quarterback, and just throw it right in. And then right here on the out route, this is going to be tough. Because guess what happens here? If this linebacker takes the out, the end is going to be wide open. And this guy, he can't cover both ends. He's going to have to like pick one. So one of these ends are going to be wide open. It's impossible to cover all of them. That's why zone is just like not always a good thing. So say he takes the out, this end's going to be wide open because the corner is not in man. That's not his responsibility. His responsibility is deep. So in cover 4, most corners are not going to just take that. It's just no way. And the safety, that's not his play to make either. He's not going to drive on that. He's got to play deep. He can't really come up on that because guess what? We could draw up a play. If we notice the safety is coming up and driving on that, guess what I'm going to do? Run that and go right by him. In and then up. Right when you see him driving, then you go right by him, go up. Throw it right over his freaking head. Touchdown. So like you gotta be disciplined. You got to be disciplined in football or it's gonna lead to points. What else can we do? What else can we do? We can do a little play action, right? Which would drive these guys in a little bit. They would fall for the run a little bit, and then you can do a little tight end delay. And then hopefully that'll, you can get it right behind because the play action will cause these guys to step up a little, and then if he delays and then releases, you're hoping he can catch the ball in this area. That's another thing that could work. Another thing you can do, play action, right there, throw the ball right there, smoke screen. If they're going to play cover 4, back off. And another thing you can do, wide receiver screen, block, come underneath, catch it, pull, block, right inside, follow them. That literally can be awesome. If this tight end blocks this guy, you gotta pull it, boom, block that guy, safety, boom, and then this basically that could be off to the races if guys do their job. That can be huge. What else could we do here? Let's see. We could also, if they're gonna play cover 4, you run the ball as well. So we have that. Quarterback, running back. 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait, 2, 4. I'm missing one. I'm missing a button. Alright, well, we'll say the box. We'll say that box is the center. Let's say we want to run the ball. So that's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right, now we have 11. That whole time we were playing -1. It doesn't matter though, because we could say he was in the backfield. It wasn't affecting anything. So if they would come out and cover 4, you could run the ball on them. So then, what do you have? You block right there, right? Guard, center, double team. Second level cut off, right? Then you have boom, boom, double team, cut off. Then you would have right to him. Then you have the fullback. The end will come up. Fullback kicking out the end. Alright, and then the running back right up in there. And then receiver block right there. It's gonna be one-on-one with the safety. And depending on what that safety does. Another thing you can do, you can do toss. Reach block. Instead of going up there. Right there. Pull. Lead right to the free safety, strong safety. Block there. Right out. Boom. Cover 4 is not something you really want to be in. I don't think anyone wants to be sitting in cover 4. That's something you really, cover 4 is something you sit in when you're expecting a pass. You know what I mean? So if a team is just sitting in cover 4, it's not the best idea. What else could we do on cover 4? Let's say they trick us and they say, let's play cover 2 now. So then now that means the corners are in the flat. Safety's got the deep half, and this corner has the flat. So what would we do then? Boom. Boom. That's what we do. Now we stay in shotgun now. Threat of the run. And we can run smash. Hitch. Corner, hitch, because this corner has the flats, so they're gonna jump that, and then the corners, you gotta go there, because these safeties are gonna have an outside leverage, so the ball's gotta be inside to the sideline, and then the running back, release, hitch, or that way. That's day 1. If they want to come out and cover 2, you gotta run smash. You smash them to death. Another thing, these are just refreshers at this point. We're gonna beat it into everyone's head till everyone understands football. They're in cover 2. You just gotta mix up coverages. You can't sit in any coverage for too long. Go streaks. Streak, post, dig, middle, sidelines open, and this is just occupy, running back, send them that way, and literally that is just going to cause a lot of havoc, because what's going to happen is these linebackers are going to these two guys are both going to have to respect this running back, and then eventually he will too. But then this guy's going to be behind them. So these linebackers are all going to be messed up from that. And then this post is going to be behind them and between the safeties. But the problem is, these safeties have to worry about these outside guys. So this could be a touchdown, honestly. This post, it really is a touchdown. If these linemen block, these 4 guys get blocked off, that's a touchdown, honestly. Another thing you can do is keep those same routes. And if you really want that post to be a primary, you just run that streak. And then tell him to run this skinnier, right to the goalpost. That'll also work all day. And another route you can run with the tight end. Tell him to drag underneath by the running back. That could work as well with these same routes. Or you could tell the tight end to run a crossing route. A shallow crossing route would work. Like right now, this is how you would destroy cover two. Like I've done it myself playing quarterback. And these are the routes that we would draw up at halftime or on the sideline. Like, hey, bro, they're playing cover two, coach. How do we stop it? What are we going to do? And this is what we would do. Or you could tell him to run a slant. As long as you have good linemen, which I usually have always had, you'll have time to run these plays. And if you have time to run this slant, honestly, the slant is going to be wide open right on the hash because this safety is going to be gone. It's going to, like this, like, you have no idea. These plays used to work so nicely. Oh my gosh, these are touchdown plays I'm giving people. Like if you're a coach out there, I'm telling you, if you're a coach out there and teams are running cover two, run these combinations on them. I'm telling you, you're gonna be scoring points. And I'm gonna show you guys this year on the field that these plays work. Like this isn't a sham. These plays work. It's all about execution. It's really what it is. What else could we do? Cover two. Cover two, you could run all streaks. Oh, let's do crossers. So cover two, let's say shallow deep cross, and then he runs his shallow deep cross underneath him. You could do that. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna make him, because they have to jam inside. So if he jams inside and follows that a little, like some corners will, even for a few steps, you could run this, a wheel on him, and then honestly, if he jams him and follows that for a little bit, that wheel is gonna be wide open if that safety doesn't do its job. But another thing you can also do, make sure you have this guy motioned out. Now you're in an empty chip. Bump this defensive end as you run your route, but just run a streak just to pull that safety away. You know what I mean? Or you can turn that into an option route. Either run a streak or post to pull that safety away, or who knows, that post could be open too. Okay, so you got that going, and then another thing you can do. Let's get that out of there so you ain't confused. So you got that going. So the corner over here is gonna do the same thing, and then you'd run it here as well. Wheels. But honestly, the wheel on this side is just gonna draw away. I don't think this wheel is gonna be open because this safety should jump it and take it. So that safety is gonna be occupied from the wheel. So he'll be gone and the corner will bounce there and then be sitting there. So these two guys essentially will double that. So two guys are taken away by that. So that's great. That's what we want. So let's look back on this side. So if those two guys are occupied, guess what? This guy, we're just going to have him run a post and basically just pull this guy with him. So if that guy, he has to take the post. Now that I think about it, the post has to get taken because that safety's going to take that wheel. So he's going to take the post. So basically this corner, this play is riding on this corner right now. So this corner is going to have to decide, am I going to take this crosser? Am I going to take this wheel? Or am I going to wait for this crosser to come all the way over here? This guy is the maker of the play right here. But the problem is his assignment is the flat, which is right here. So I don't think he's going to be able to play all three guys. So you're either going to have the wheel, this guy running the wheel will be wide open, or you'll have the motion guy, or you'll bring someone in, be an empty set, and have the post wide open. Because this safety is either going to take the wheel or the post. He's going to have to choose. So say he does take that, guess what? The wheel will be open because the corner will be taking this crosser, right? Or he'll take the wheel. So if he takes the wheel, the crosser is going to be wide open. Wide open. It's going to be wide open. Because these linebackers, they just can't cover all that. Linebackers just aren't good at covering. This linebacker's going to decide, am I going to help the corner or am I going to help with the post? They're not going to be able to cover all this. It's just impossible. Linebackers are not cover guys. That's just not going to work out well for any linebacker. Like I'll choose my receivers over linebackers any day of the week on any team. Because linebackers are meant for stopping the run, not for stopping the pass. That's what people gotta understand. Like some linebackers are better than others, but I still would take the worst defensive back over the best linebacker covering somebody. Honestly. And what else could we do? Oh, you know what we could do here? We could do wide out screen. Wide receiver screen. You could, boom, send him in to block. Send him out the block. And then pass it right there. Boom. One-on-one with the safety. Or the old-fashioned way. Block. Come in. Block. Pull around. Block. Catch it. Go upfield one-on-one with the safety. You could do that too. But that's easier said than done. That is easier said than done. Alright, we have that. What else can we do? Maybe we'll stop there today and then we'll talk more another day. But maybe we can do one more combination. What was that one route? Oh yeah, let's do this. There was this one formation that I like, double tight end formation. So that makes them think a run is coming. But you know what you can do here? You know what you can do? You can run post, and then you can run crosser if they want to play this zone, right? Hold up. And then with this guy, you run, that will be open. But this guy, he's going to have to read. He's going to have to read how they play that. And then over here, have a little block and delay. And then just read a little option. Little option read here. You can either run a corner, a hitch. He's going to either run a hitch or a corner. He's basically going to be reading this guy. You got to have option routes. You just have to. If you don't have option routes, it's not going to work out for you. The running back, you can either have him like block for a second, because this guy's blocking, then releasing, and then doing that. And then the running back, you can block, release, then do a table route. But most likely, yeah, you probably want to table route him this way to pull the corner down. Just in case he runs the post, you might have that if you have enough time. Because the hitch, he'll take the hitch. So say he takes the hitch, he can hitch and go. And then guess what? The crosser is going to be open. That crosser will be open anywhere around there. This crosser will be open. And then you have the deep post in the middle of the field wide open. And then this is going to mess with the linebackers. Both these routes together are going to mess with the linebackers. This guy can be open right here, which is why you can also run this the other way to pull the corner away. Because most likely this corner will help out on the post, and then he'll come back, and when he sees this lady, he can jump that. So that might not be there. So really, the crosser is probably the primary route on this that'll be open around this area, because this guy is going to mess this linebacker up, and then the running back will pull the corner out. So that should leave him one-on-one with the safety, who can't really drive on that, because guess what? There's a post going behind. So this guy on the crosser will be open. But yeah, we'll stop for there today, and we'll continue another day.